Hello, so I thought I'd do a quick video on my experience with Aniracetam. There you go. I bought my Aniracetam from Thought Foods, which is good for you if you're in the UK. And I think it comes in tablet and in powder form. Because I was trying it for the first time, I didn't want to buy bulk powder, so I bought 6 capsules. I can't remember how much it cost, but I'll try and put a link in the description so you can see that. So this is a 500 mg capsule, and I think this is where the problem is, where powder will be better. Now I've had a positive experience with it, which I'll go on to explain about. But it's a fantastic nootropic. I'm completely new to nootropics. It was only the other day that I tried Aniracetam for the first time. I've tried a couple of other nootropics since then as well. And basically, with my chronic fatigue, I was looking for something that could give me energy, focus, motivation, to get me out of the brain fog that I get with the chronic fatigue, especially in the morning. I looked through quite a few different ones, and I found Aniracetam, and I thought that seemed really cool. I find it increases your mood as well. It does make your mood feel better. That's another thing I was looking for, because I do suffer from depression and borderline personality disorder, and I do find when the fatigue gets so bad in the morning that it makes me feel quite low. So something that could make me feel a bit sort of happier in myself was definitely going to be a bonus. So I have tried a couple of other nootropics, which I hope to do videos on, but I really wanted to do this one on Aniracetam because I feel it's a fantastic nootropic. I love it, and I actually found out there was stuff that I liked about it which I wasn't actually expecting to find out, and I'm using it a slightly different way than what I hoped. As something to get you going and motivated and for focus, I didn't really find it as useful for that. I think there are better nootropics for that. I'm thinking about trying a Drafinol or modafinil to try and get the energy. That'd be better. But in terms of I found the world just looked absolutely fascinating. I mean, I took 500 mg. That's all I've taken so far, but I do hope to try get the powder and try and do a dose of about 750 mg. It takes an hour or so to kick in. It's it's not water soluble. Sorry, I found that out the wrong way. Took 2 tablets, didn't do anything. Realised it's fat soluble, so you need to have it with a glass of milk or with some food with some fat in it. And anyway, on the packet here, it sort of basically says the sort of things that you're looking that's going to happen. So you're going to get increased analytical thinking, heightened memory, enhanced learning, increased alertness, improved focus, and better perception. The 2 of those that I really found increased really noticeably were my analytical thinking and better perception. I was in the car with my fiance. We were talking about cars. Now, I'm no expert in car mechanics, but we were having a conversation about something or other to do with how a particular part of engineering worked, and I seem to feel like my ability to grasp the concept and actually understand it seemed to be a lot more increased, and also my focus on that conversation on, sometimes I might feel like I drift away a bit, or I listen to a bit and then zone out. I actually felt like I was really quite immersed in it, and it was a really interesting experience. I was really grasping these new ideas about car mechanics. It was really like, oh wow, this is really, really interesting, and it's something I find interesting anyway, but because of my fatigue, I find that I do find it difficult to concentrate, and I do zone in and out of stuff, and I miss important bits of information out. The Aniracetam definitely helped me focus on that, and maybe in some ways, I've not noticed as much as the memory, but maybe when it comes to a conversation about that again, I will actually, that little bit that I remembered from the last time when I was on Aniracetam will actually come out. Until I actually talk about it, it may not come forward. It's just the way that you do sometimes. I felt like my alertness was a little bit increased. I suppose it says here enhanced learning. That's definitely, as I was just talking about then, I did feel like I was actually learning like a lot more. I think if you just take it and just sit here, obviously, if you're just sitting at home, it depends what you're doing when you take the nootropic and when you're actually working to what you're actually going to gain. And I think if you're at home, you're not necessarily going to get the best effect from it. I found every time I take something like this is like my best experience is by going out and I actually take in the world a lot better. The bit that I really, really enjoyed was the perception, and it's like, I've read that, it enhance your sort of enhance colours, sound, that type of thing. And I find this to be really, really true. I mean, my first dose, I decided to take it before going to the gym, along with a pre-workout which had like caffeine, creatine, things like that. And like I just found the gym absolutely fascinating. I mean, the journey there, the sky was so beautiful, like the colours, the trees, everything was just like wow. And I found myself like thinking about ideas that I wouldn't normally think about. Like, I was like, really interested and engaged, and I felt really alive. And that was a really special experience. And when we got to the gym, I just found the whole thing fascinating. I was working out, but it was like I was able to take a step back from everything. I was able to work out, but watch everything and take it in a completely new way. And it was, for me, really beautiful and really special. I just really like, just so alive. And it was a really, really beautiful experience. Really, really enjoyed it. Now, I have now been got hold of some choline bitarate, so I'm hoping to take that alongside to try and improve the effects, and also, and one of the side effects of the Racetam family is headaches, and fortunately I haven't really experienced that. I did have a little bit of a headache later on in one of my experiences with Aniracetam, and it wasn't severe, and it didn't last like a terribly long period of time, so it wasn't too awful really. But I really enjoyed it. But the one experience, I took it one evening, and I found sexual experiences. I found it, my my sense of pleasure and excitement and passion so much more increased. Like, it brought a whole new realm to sexual experience in terms of every sense was heightened. It was rich and colourful and beautiful, and I really, really enjoy it. I think I can definitely see myself taking this before going to like a music gig or a festival, something like that, where you really like want to just take everything in. And it's almost like I feel like you can just it's like you're taking a step back, and it's like you're observing everything, and it's just like a different sort of mindset that you're normally in, where you're normally involved and immersed in something. But like, I found Aniracetam took me that step back and let me experience everything in so much more detail. Really, really enjoyed that. Really beautiful experience. And I said, I'm definitely hoping to try dosing a little bit higher, get hold of the powder, which I'm hoping to get from Powder City, which I have been recommended by somebody from the Nootropics group on Facebook. So I know, especially if you're in America, it's definitely a good option. And for British, I found I put a load of stuff in my sort of shopping trolley, I suppose is what you want to call it, shopping basket, and the shipping kept coming out at like $8. No matter what I added onto that, it just had $8, which I think is fantastic. So that's definitely what I'm going to be trying to do next: get hold of the powder and some fine scales, and actually be able to weigh out a better dose. I think that's the best way to do it. I mean, you need to be really consistent with your dose, and actually have an idea what you're taking and stuff like that. But yeah, so overall, a really, really positive experience on Aniracetam. I'd really recommend it for the reasons that I've just talked about. Really, I found it a really, really enjoyable experience. And it's something I'm going to keep going back and forth to, in those moments where you really want to take more in from life. It's beautiful like that, and I think you do get increased mood with it because you feel everything feels beautiful, and you have that. Oh, it's just, maybe it's like being a child again, where everything's new and fresh. It's that kind of experience, and it's wonderful. For me, that's how I experienced anyway, and I really, really enjoyed it. So it's something I'm definitely going to be going back to time and time again, Not so much, as I said, for the energy and, you know, getting me going in the morning, you know, which is what I kind of looked for in the first place. But, you know, for the moments when I want that increased the perception on life, you know, and that kind of, you know, maybe like in learning experiences, maybe it could be really useful, you know, for grasping new techniques and stuff and new ideas and new concepts. You know, but so there we go. So I got that from Thought Foods. I'll try and put a link below, and I will give a link for Powder City as well. Which I said I've, you know, I can kind of rate reasonably well, but this isn't so much as a review as a sort of like experience, sort of to let you know what to expect perhaps from taking Aniracetam. But I really enjoyed it, and I hope if you try it you get a great experience too. But that's all for today, so I'll see you soon. Until next time, take care, bye.